Hey there, Stitchers! Welcome back to the channel. If you clicked on this video, chances are you're standing at that exact crossroads every single Sewist stands at when they're just starting out, staring at a wall of sewing machines or scrolling through page after page online wondering, which brand do I actually trust with my hard-earned money? And listen, I get it. I've been elbow deep in sewing machines for over 40 years now, repairing them, teaching on them, falling in love with some, and honestly, side-eyeing a few others. And if there's one thing I've learned in 4 decades around this industry, it's this. The brand you choose isn't just about the logo on the front of the machine. It's about who's going to have your back when you're 3 projects in, and suddenly your bobbin thread is bird's nesting for no apparent reason. So today, we're breaking down the 7 sewing machine brands that consistently show up as the best choices for beginners in the U.S. market right now. I'm talking about reliability, ease of use, customer support, and yes, value for your money. No fluff, no sponsored nonsense, just what actually works when you're new to this craft. Before we dive in, if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we cover everything from machine reviews to pattern hacks to fixing that one tension problem that's driving you up the wall. And hey, if you end up loving this channel and want to go even deeper, I've got my full course, Greatest Sewing Library online, linked in the bio, but more on that another time. Alright, let's get into it. Why the brand actually matters for beginners. Quick note before we jump into the list. A lot of people think best beginner machine is just about price. It's not. When you're new, what actually matters is 3 things. How easy the machine is to thread and use, how available parts and service are if something goes wrong, and how much room the machine gives you to grow without needing to upgrade in 6 months. That's exactly the lens I used to pick these 7 brands. Some of these companies have been around since the 1850s. Others are newer to the American market, but have earned serious trust fast. Let's start with the name almost everyone already knows. 1. Brother, the beginner's best friend. If you've done even 5 minutes of research before landing on this video, you've already run into Brother. And there's a good reason for that. Brother has built an entire reputation in the U.S. market around being approachable for people who have never touched a sewing machine in their life. Take the Brother CS7000X, for example. This machine usually runs somewhere between $130 and $180, and it comes packed with around 70 built-in stitches. That's honestly more than most beginners will ever use, but it means you're not going to outgrow it the moment you get comfortable with a straight stitch. It's got an easy-to-read LCD screen, automatic needle threading, and a drop-in bobbin system, which, trust me, is a game changer if you've ever fought with a front-loading bobbin at 2 in the morning trying to finish a project. Brother also makes the XR3774 and the XR9550, both of which show up constantly on Best for Beginners lists because they combine simplicity with a surprising number of features for the price. The XR9550, for instance, comes with 165 built-in stitches, including alphanumeric ones, plus a bright LED work area so you're not squinting at your seams at 9 p.m. Here's a little insider tidbit. Brother has actually leaned hard into sustainability in recent years, earning recognition for lowering its environmental impact through science-based emissions targets. It's a nice bonus if that kind of thing matters to you as a consumer. What I love telling beginners about Brother specifically is this. Parts are everywhere. Any local sewing shop, any big box store, any online retailer, they've got Brother accessories and presser feed in stock. That matters more than people realize when you're starting out, because the last thing you want is to hunt down a specialty part from overseas just to hem a pair of pants. 2. Singer, the name that started it all. Now, let's talk about the machine practically synonymous with sewing itself. Singer has been in this game since the 1850s, and even though the company has changed hands and structures over the decades, that name still carries weight, and for good reason. For beginners specifically, the Singer Heavy Duty 4423 is a favorite, especially if you know you're going to be working with heavier fabrics like denim or canvas. It typically runs around $150, and it's built like a tank. I've had students bring these in after years of hard use, and the motor just keeps chugging along. If you want something a little more feature-rich, the Singer M3330 is a solid mechanical option with 23 built-in stitches, a one-step automatic buttonhole, and a built-in needle threader. All the essentials without an overwhelming learning curve. And for folks who caught the sewing bug through reality TV, The Singer making the cut machine has become a genuinely popular beginner pick too, blending approachable features with that familiar Singer reliability. Here's something a lot of people don't realize. Singer, along with Pfaff and Husqvarna Viking, now operates under a shared corporate structure through the SGSB Group. That means there's a lot of shared engineering knowledge flowing between these brands, which honestly benefits the end consumer. You're getting decades of combined expertise even in an entry-level Singer machine. One thing I always tell my beginner students about Singer, because it's been around for so long, secondhand and dealer refurbished Singer machines, even vintage ones like the Singer 15 to 91, are everywhere. If you're on a tighter budget and don't mind buying used through a local dealer who services it first, Singer is one of the safest bets in the secondhand market. 3. Janome, precision that lasts for decades. Alright, this next brand's name trips people up all the time, so let's get the pronunciation right before we go further. It's Janome, not Janome. Janome. Janome is a Japanese company, and if you ask any longtime Sewist what they associate with the name, they'll almost always say the same word: durability. These machines are known for precision stitching and mechanical construction that genuinely holds up for decades. I still have customers bringing in Janome machines from the 1990s that run like they're brand new after a simple tune-up. For beginners, the Janome 2212 is a standout, a purely mechanical machine, meaning no computer chip to worry about, just reliable dials and levers. It typically sells for around $170, and it's frequently recommended as the single best true beginner pick because there is genuinely nothing complicated about it. You turn a dial, you pick a stitch, you sew. If you've got a bit more budget and want to grow into quilting down the road, the Janome Memory Craft line, especially something like the Memory Craft 6700P, is worth knowing about, even if it's a step up from a true entry-level purchase. And on the higher end entirely, the Janome Memory Craft Horizon 8200 is often mentioned as a dream machine for a beginner quilter who wants serious room to grow, complete with an extensive range of included feet and tools. Janome has also been making waves lately with sustainability initiatives, focused on building machines that last longer and use less energy, which, when you think about it, has honestly been the Janome philosophy all along. These machines are made to be repaired and passed down, not thrown away. My honest take, from decades of repair work, if you want a machine you can hand down to your kids someday, Janome is one of the strongest bets on this entire list. 4. Baby Lock, simplicity with a support system. Baby Lock might not be a household name the way Singer or Brother is, but in the sewing community specifically, this brand has built an incredibly loyal following, and for beginners, that loyalty is well earned. The standout beginner model right now is the Baby Lock Zest. It typically runs between $170 and $210, and it comes with 15 built-in stitches, including a genuinely useful 4-step buttonhole. It's lightweight, around 13 pounds, has a convenient carrying handle, and features a front-loading bobbin along with free arm capability, which makes hemming sleeves and pant legs much easier for someone new to this. But here's what really sets Baby Lock apart for beginners: the support system around the machine. Many dealers bundle the Zest and similar entry machines with weeks of free online classes, commonly around 60 days, so you're not just buying a machine, you're buying a crash course in how to actually use it. When you're starting from zero, that kind of built-in education is honestly priceless. If you're looking to spend just a bit more, the Baby Lock Joy is frequently mentioned as a step-up option with a similar beginner-friendly feel but a few more bells and whistles, and the Jubilant sits in Baby Lock's affordable genuine collection while still offering enough reliability to grow with you as your skills improve. What I always tell my students about Baby Lock is that this brand thrives on its dealer network. Baby Lock machines are almost always sold and serviced through local, authorized dealers rather than big box stores, which means when something goes wrong, there's a real human being nearby who knows the machine inside and out. For a nervous beginner, that peace of mind is worth a lot. 5. Juki, the industrial pedigree, made home-friendly. Now, Juki might surprise you on a beginner list, because this Japanese brand built its reputation on industrial and commercial machines, the kind you'd find in garment factories and professional sewing labs. But stick with me because Juki has done something smart. They've translated that industrial-grade reliability into home machines that are shockingly good for beginners who are serious about quality from day one. The Juki HCL LB5020 is a great example. Often ranked as one of the best options under $400, prized for a smooth, powerful motor that can handle multiple fabric layers without hesitation, something a lot of budget machines genuinely struggle with. And for Sewists who know they want to do a lot of straight stitch work, quilting piecework, or garment construction, the Juki TL 2010Q is frequently recommended. Even though it's a step above true entry level, it's a straight stitch only machine, but the stitch quality and speed are exceptional. I actually have a personal soft spot for Juki. Years ago, taking sewing classes myself, the school lab was outfitted entirely with Juki industrial machines, and the home machines carry that same DNA, sturdy, fast, and precise. One thing beginners specifically appreciate is that most Juki home machines are genuinely portable, often under 15 pounds, with hard cases included, so if you're taking classes or joining a sewing circle, you're not lugging around something the size of a small suitcase. The one honest caveat I'll give you: Juki machines tend to have a slightly steeper learning curve than a brother or baby lock, simply because they're built with a more performance-first mindset rather than a beginner hand-holding mindset. But if you're someone who wants to grow fast and doesn't mind a small learning curve up front, Juki rewards you generously down the line. 6. Bernina/Bernette, Swiss precision for the long haul. Bernina is a Swiss brand, and if you've spent any time in serious quilting or garment sewing circles, you already know this name commands respect. Bernina proper tends to sit at the higher end of the market. Machines like the Bernina 475 are aimed at advanced garment work and come with a price tag to match, but that's not the whole story for beginners. Bernina owns a sister brand called Bernette, specifically designed to bring that same Swiss engineering down to a beginner-friendly price point. The Bernette B35 is a standout here, a mechanical, non-electronic machine that strips away unnecessary complexity while still delivering the kind of stitch consistency Bernina is famous for. It's frequently recommended as the best mechanical pick for beginners who want simplicity without sacrificing build quality. The Bernette B77 also gets a lot of love, particularly among beginners who are already eyeing quilting as their long-term hobby. Here's the thing about Bernina and Bernette that I always explain to new Sewists. You're paying a bit of a premium compared to a brother or singer at the same stitch count, but what you're really paying for is engineering tolerance. The internal mechanisms are built to tighter specifications, meaning the machine holds its tension and timing accurately for far longer between services. If you're the type of person who wants to buy once and buy right, even as an absolute beginner, Bernette deserves a serious look. And Bernina's dealer network is excellent across the U.S., which means service, classes, and community events are usually within reach no matter where you live. 7. Pfaff, the dual-feed secret weapon. Our last brand on the list is Pfaff, a German company that's been quietly perfecting one particular piece of technology for over 40 years, the Integrated Dual Feed System, or IDT. Here's what that actually means for you as a beginner. Most machines only feed fabric from the bottom, through the feed dogs. Pfaff's IDT system feeds fabric from the top and bottom simultaneously, which keeps slippery fabrics, knits, and multiple layers perfectly aligned as you sew. For a beginner still building confidence, that's a massive advantage. It eliminates one of the most common frustrations new Sewists run into, which is fabric shifting or puckering mid-seam. Pfaff's true entry point is the Smarter by Pfaff line, with models like the 140s and 160s typically priced under $430. These are genuinely built for first-time Sewists, though it's worth knowing the 160s is the one Pfaff model in that beginner tier without the IDT system, so if dual feed is specifically why you're drawn to the brand, you'll want to look one step up. That step up is the Passport series. The Passport 2.0, often priced in the $700 to $830 range, and the Passport 3.0, typically around $950, both bring the full IDT system into a lightweight, portable package. We're talking 13 to 15 pounds, with around 70 to 100 built-in stitches, automatic thread cutting, and a genuinely simple control panel. These are fantastic grow-into-it machines, approachable enough for a beginner, but with enough performance headroom that you won't be shopping for replacement in a year. Pfaff currently operates under the same corporate umbrella as Singer through the SGSB Group, alongside Husqvarna Viking, So you're getting a company with serious combined engineering resources behind a brand that's stayed laser-focused on doing one thing exceptionally well. How to actually choose between these 7. Okay, so you've got 7 great brands. How do you actually narrow it down? Here's my honest, 40 years of experience advice. If you want the absolute easiest on-ramp with excellent nationwide parts availability, go brother. If you want old-school reliability and don't mind a slightly more basic feature set, Singer. If you want a machine built to be handed down to your grandkids, Janome. If you want a built-in support system and community, Baby Lock. If you want performance and speed and don't mind a bit of a learning curve, Juki. If you want Swiss-level engineering tolerance on a beginner budget, Bernette. And if slippery or stretchy fabrics are already on your radar, Pfaff's dual feed will save you a lot of frustration. Here's a truth nobody tells beginners enough. It's not really about the best brand. It's about the machine that matches how you sew. And here's an even bigger truth. Most beginners who quit sewing don't quit because they lack talent. They quit because their machine was fighting them the entire time, and nobody warned them that struggling with tension and thread jams in the first few weeks is completely normal, no matter which brand you pick. So whichever machine you choose from this list, give yourself grace. Every single Sewist watching this right now, myself included, has had a moment of wanting to throw their machine out the window. It happens. Stick with it. All right. That wraps up our list of the 7 best sewing machine brands for beginners in today's market. If this helped you narrow things down even a little bit, do me a favor and hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more new Sewists just like you. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We've got videos coming up comparing specific models head-to-head, a full beginner's guide to reading a pattern, and my personal top tension troubleshooting tricks after 4 decades behind the machine. Drop a comment down below and let me know which brand you're leaning toward. I read every single one and I love seeing what you all end up choosing. Until next time, keep those seams straight and keep on stitching. I'll see you in the next video.